What was that? Uh-oh, it's Dr. Freeze. And he's broken out of his jail. Later that day, Diesel 10 was actually working for once. He needed to go through a tunnel, but... What was that? He wondered. He then remembered when he pulled a prank on Thomas in that very same cave. Oh, it's probably Thomas trying to prank me, he thought. But then Thomas passed by. What? He cried, so he ran away scared. I wonder what scared Diesel 10, Thomas thought. He headed over to the cargo yard to pick up some coal. Superman was there. Hi Superman, what are you doing here? Thomas asked. Well, all of the bad guys are in jail and I was getting a bit bored, so I thought I'd give you some help, said Superman. Oh, thank you Superman, said Thomas. So he loaded Thomas's trucks with coal. There you go, he said. Now if you need any more help, just let me know. Thanks Superman, said Thomas, and he left. Now he needed to use that tunnel. What was that? Thomas wondered. Maybe it's Diesel 10 again, he thought. So he stormed in. But it wasn't Diesel 10. It was Dr. Freeze and his pet dinosaur. Thomas ran away as quickly as he could. The dinosaur started destroying things. Oh dear. Thomas ran back to Superman. Superman! Dr. Freeze is loose on Sodor with a huge dinosaur, cried Thomas. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll need some help, Superman thought. So he flew off to get reinforcements. He ran into Iron Man and Spider-Man. Guys, I need your help. Dr. Freeze is loose on Sodor with a dinosaur, explained Superman. Yeah, we can help, cried Spider-Man. We'll need a plan though, said Iron Man. We'd like to help too, said Thomas. Fantastic, said Superman. So they came up with a plan. Nearby. Come and get me! They chased Iron Man. Now! Thomas arrived, pulling a long line of trucks. Then Percy pushed some more trucks into place and ran away. Huh? Superman then closed them in. Got him! Dr. Freeze tried to freeze Iron Man, but he accidentally froze his dinosaur instead. Oh no! Spider-Man crept in behind him and tied him up with web. They got him. Well done everyone, said Superman. So they locked Dr. Freeze up and made sure he couldn't escape this time.
James couldn't believe his eyes. A real dinosaur. No, it can't be, he thought. I'm seeing things. There it was again. James had had a very tiring day moving heavy rocks, and he was just going home for a rest. I've been overdoing it, he thought. I'll try less rocks tomorrow. Maybe that won't make me so tired. Just kept seeing a dinosaur. I think it's following me. Although it can't be real, but it seems real. He met Percy. Percy, have you seen a dinosaur on the loose? Don't be silly, James, said Percy. There are no dinosaurs alive anymore. James left. Percy's right, thought James. There are no dinosaurs. I'm just seeing things. Not again, thought James, and he hurried off. He met Thomas. Thomas, are there any dinosaurs still alive? No, of course not, James, said Thomas. Not even one, said James. No, said Thomas. James left. I must get some rest, he thought, but he was sure he was being followed. Thomas again. "What have you got there, Thomas?" said James. "It's a dinosaur," said Thomas. "So there are dinosaurs still alive," said James. "No, James, this is a dinosaur skeleton. They all died millions of years ago," said Thomas. "You don't think that maybe one didn't?" said James. "No," said Thomas. James carried on his journey. He then met Thomas and Percy. "What's that?" said James. "Oh, that's a dinosaur skeleton that we're moving for the museum." "What's that green?" said James. "Sorry, James," said Thomas. "We played a prank on you. We covered the skeleton in green Play-Doh to make it look real. Look, if you press this switch, it moves." There was no real dinosaur, it was just us messing about. James was so pleased that he wasn't being followed by a real dinosaur. Tom Moss the Prank Engine seems to have got a new friend. It's Janjar. I wonder what they're up to at the volcano in the forest. Meanwhile, the Lion Guard team were on the lookout for an old dinosaur egg that they'd been told would give them clues as to their ancestors. "The egg is around here somewhere, I know," said Kion. "I'll have a look," said Ono, and he flew off. Yes, there's the egg. He told the others that Janjar had got it, and it's big and on top of the volcano. "How are we going to get it?" said Kion. At that moment, Thomas came along. "Can I help you?" said Thomas. "Yes, please," said Kion, and they thought of a plan. Thomas took Kion close to the volcano. Ono flew over the volcano and tried to land on a branch. The branch gave way, but the disturbance knocked the egg down. Thomas and Kion grabbed the egg and left quickly. Janjar and Tom Moss couldn't believe it. "This doesn't look like a dinosaur egg," said Kion, "but let's open it anyway." It was a Zootropolis egg with a rubber inside. "I wonder if Janjar has another egg," said Fuli. Ono went for another look. "Yes, they do," said Ono. "The egg's halfway up the volcano." "This one's mine," said Fuli, and she got into Thomas. When Thomas and Fuli arrived, they saw Janjar and Tom Moss in the dungeon. Thomas reversed into the siding. Fuli jumped up to the egg and pressed a lever to make the egg fall into Thomas's truck. With Fuli aboard as well, Thomas sped off. "No, We've lost another egg, said Janjar. Oh dear, said Fooley. I hope I'm not related to this egg. It's not the dinosaur egg, said Kyle. They opened it anyway. It was Gladstone Gander inside. Ono went to look again and saw another egg under the volcano's lava flow. I'll have to use my powers, said Kion, and off he went. At the volcano, Kion summoned up his powers to raise the lava flow a little. He hoped that it was enough to release the egg. Thomas backed up to the volcano, and indeed the egg fell out. Off they went. This must be the dinosaur egg, said Kion. But it wasn't. It was actually a Winnie the Pooh egg. Inside was Winnie the Pooh's friend, Rabbit. Ono reported back again. They have another egg in the dungeon and they're guarding it. That must be the dinosaur egg. We need a distraction, said Fooley. I've an idea, and off she went on Thomas. Thomas dropped Fooley off and then went to the other side of the volcano. Fooley made a noise in the bushes and Janjar went to investigate. With Janjar out of the way, Thomas steamed into the dungeon, took the egg and left really quickly. He picked Fooley up on the way. Good work, said Kion. We now have the dinosaur egg and we can find out about our ancestors. They started to open it, but then it carried on opening itself. Inside was a human? What? We are descended from humans? Said Kion. Back at the volcano, Janjar and Tom Moss were laughing. They knew the egg would get taken and put the human inside. We all know that humans are descended from animals, not the other way round. Thanks for watching our story, which features the Lion Guard Hyena's Hideout playset and includes Janjar. In the base there's a lava flow which goes into the dungeon. If you press on the branch, a lever throws a boulder down the volcano, and if you press a switch, the platform collapses. There's an old tree that you can put your favourite character on, and they will spin down. The lava flow will also slide upwards, revealing a secret cave.
Ooh, said Thomas excitedly. Is there a clown on the Isle of Sodor? Maybe there's a carnival. I must tell Sir Topham Hatt. And Thomas steamed away to find Sir Topham Hatt.
Oh, hello, Thomas. What brings you here?
I found a clown carriage. Is there a carnival here somewhere?
Not that I know of, Thomas, but I'm sure we can quickly make one.
So Thomas left the station to tell all of the other engines, who all started to find different items for the new carnival. Meanwhile, the Joker was trying out his plan. My plan works. Soon, the Isle of Sodor will be mine! That's odd. There are fireworks over the Joker's factory. I hope he's not up to anything.
Okay, Thomas and Percy, I have two important jobs for you today. Thomas, I need you to pick up some guests for the carnival. And Percy, I need you to collect the clown. Let's go!
Soon, James found the 2 trucks of fireworks which the Joker had placed there. Oh, these will be so good for the carnival. So James took them.
Oh, good idea, James. Just be careful with them. Fireworks can be very dangerous if they catch on fire.
Meanwhile, at the Batcave...
Stop, Thomas. I need your help.
But Batman, I need to collect guests for the carnival.
I'm sorry, Thomas, but I think it's a trap. I think the Joker is planning something evil.
Oh no, now that you've mentioned it, I think he is too. I didn't find a clown carriage earlier. I found the Joker's carriage. We must go and save everyone. The Joker entered his clown carriage and let Percy pick him up and take him to the carnival. Ah, you fools! Now you are all doomed!
Oh no, it's a trap.
No!
I've got you now, Joker. Thanks, Batman and Thomas. Once again, you have saved the Isle of Sodor.
Thomas was travelling on his favourite line to the beach when... Ouch! Where had the track on the bridge gone? Luckily, Percy came by. "Are you all right, Thomas?" said Percy. "Yes," said Thomas, "but can you get some help, Percy?" Percy steamed off. Ah, Tom lost the prank engine. I don't suppose you had anything to do with that, did you? Chomper arrived. "I'll soon have you out, Thomas," said Chomper, and he got to work. "Thanks," said Thomas, and they both left. Later on, Thomas was at the docks. He stopped to say hello to Cranky, and a grumpy bull-strode the barge. "I must go," said Thomas, and off he went. "Oh no," said Thomas. "I don't believe it. Twice in one day." Luckily, Percy had been following Thomas. "I'll go for help again," said Percy. Chomper arrived. "Oh dear, Thomas," said Chomper. "Maybe I should follow you, as you keep getting into trouble." Chomper started the rescue. "All fixed," said Chomper. "Thank you," said Thomas. "I'll try and keep out of trouble now," and he left. Chomper left and the docks returned to normal. Percy was worried about Thomas. "I'm going to follow you, Thomas, just in case you get into any more trouble." And they left. Thomas was faster than Percy and soon left Percy behind. Percy met James. "Have you seen Thomas?" said Percy to James. "Yes, he came by a few minutes ago." "Oh good, I'm on the right track then," said Percy, and he left. Thomas stopped at Maithwaite Station. "Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I'd like you to test out the new bridge at the busy junction." No, sir. I mean, can't someone else do it?" "Go on, Thomas. It won't take you long," said Sir Topham Hatt, and off he went. Percy pulled into Maithwaite. "Have you seen Thomas, sir?" "Yes," said Sir Topham Hatt. He's gone to test the new bridge." "Oh no," said Percy, "not a bridge." And off he went. Thomas arrived at the bridge and stopped. "Well, it looks okay." And he started up the slope, stopping at the top. "I'm sure it's okay," he told himself, and he started to cross it. But his weight collapsed the bridge, which crashed down. "Oh no, not again!" Percy arrived at the bridge from the opposite direction and went straight up and crashed over the top of Thomas. "I'm sorry, Thomas," said Percy. "I didn't see you there." Luckily, Chomper had been following Thomas. "3 times in a day now, Thomas," said Chomper. "Now that's just careless." Chomper pulled Percy away first, and off he steamed. Then he pulled Thomas out. "Thanks, Chomper," said Thomas for the 3rd time that day, and off he went. With the bridge repaired, Thomas had to test it again. He stopped on the top, and looking down, he saw Tom Moss. "You!" Tom realised he'd been seen and made a run for it. Thomas followed, but Tom had too much of a start. The new bridge was a success, and James, Percy and Thomas all had fun testing it out thoroughly. Tom Moss had escaped yet again and was thinking of more pranks to play on the other engines. "What a lovely morning," thought Thomas, looking out of Tidmouth Sheds, and off he went. Thomas was staring right at the ground. Where has the turntable gone? The turntable connected all the sheds together, so only one piece of track was needed to get to them. But today, it wasn't there. "What's all the noise?" said James.
What have you done with the turntable, Thomas?
Said Gordon. "How are we going to work today?" said Henry. "Are you all right, Thomas?" said Percy. Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "I'm not quite sure what's happened," he said, "but I'll get a new turntable put in straight away." On the other side of town, laughter could be heard. Tom Moss the prank engine. I think it might have been you. It didn't take the engineers long to fit a new turntable, and Thomas was the first engine to use it. It was good to get out on the track again, and Thomas was enjoying the journey. Then he had a bit of luck. He heard Tom Moss laughing and immediately knew that it was him who took the turntable. "I need a plan," he thought. "Yes, I know." Off he went to meet Percy and James, and he told them his plan. A little later on, he met Percy near Tom's tunnel. "Tell the other engines to meet me by the signals at the garden shop," Thomas told Percy quite loud, "in 1 hour's time." They left, but Thomas doubled back. He saw Tom Moss leave his tunnel The plan was working. Tom went towards the garden shop and changed all the signals to red. Then he hid. Meanwhile, with Tom on the other side of town and out of his tunnel, Percy and James were very busy bringing large bricks backwards and forwards. They completely bricked up the back of the tunnel. They also hid a pile of bricks behind the trees near the front of the tunnel. Thomas went to the garden shop. The signals were red, so he waited and waited and waited. Having caught Thomas, Tom Moss crept away. Thomas saw this and knew the light wasn't really red and followed. Tom, pleased with his work, reversed into his tunnel. Percy and James sprung into action and bricked up the front of the tunnel. Thomas arrived. "Did it work?" he said. "Yes," said Percy. "He's now trapped and won't ever get out." But as they were celebrating, Tom Moss burst through the wall and headed for the forest. "After him, Percy," said Thomas. But Percy didn't move quick enough, and Thomas knocked him over and came off the track himself. Oh dear, Tom Moss got away again.
Oh, not again. It's Tom Moss. Meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt was telling some engines what they were doing for an important party that day. "Engines, this party needs to go well. So Thomas, you're bringing the guests in Annie and Clarabelle. Percy, you're bringing the presents. Stanley, you're bringing the balloons. And Diesel, you're bringing the decorations, which are wrapped up in parcels." So the engines knew what they were doing. Unfortunately, Tom Moss wanted to spoil the party. He got Thomas first, who was bringing the guests. He attached a smelly truck full of fish to the back of Annie and Clarabelle. And Thomas didn't notice. "Do you smell fish?" asked Thomas. Next, Tom got Percy, who was bringing the presents. Tom swapped the presents for coal. And Percy didn't notice. Then Stanley got pranked. He was bringing the balloons. But Tom overinflated them. So when Stanley started moving, he floated away. "Ah! Get me down!" he cried. And finally, Tom pranked Diesel, who was bringing the wrapped up decorations. Tom added very heavy weights to the trucks making them very hard to move. So when Diesel wanted to leave, he just couldn't. He finally got moving, but he had to use a bridge. He really struggled up the hill. Until the coupling snapped. Uh-oh! The trucks were out of control, and Percy was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh dear. Tom arrived. Oh, it's you again, sighed Percy. Diesel arrived. He didn't like being pranked. So he chased Tom. Meanwhile, in the air, help! Help! Iron Man heard him. He knew he had to save Stanley, so he shot some balloons. So Stanley floated down to the ground. Diesel had to stop chasing Tom because Stanley was blocking the track. So Tom ran back to his tunnel. Iron Man landed. Oh dear, it's a bit of a mess down here, he said. So he helped sort out the mess. Thank you, Iron Man, said Percy. Now I just need to get these presents to the party. Percy? Those aren't presents. That's coal. Oh no, then where are the presents? Asked Percy. Don't worry, I saw Tom swap them. I found them behind some bushes earlier, said Iron Man. Oh, thank you, Iron Man, cried Percy. So the trains took their trucks to the party. Thomas had taken the guests, but they had to put up with the smell of fish for the journey. So the trains had all got there on time, and the party was a success. Uh-oh, it's Tom Moss. And he's discussing his plan with a minion. Ooh, that's a bad combination. Nearby, Thomas was guarding a very special crown that an old friend was due to deliver. It wasn't long before Mighty Mac and Oliver arrived. Hello, Thomas, they said. Hi guys, Thomas replied. Can I see Thomas? Asked one side of Mighty Mac. Okay, said the other. Ah, that's better. Hello, Thomas. Is that the crown I'm delivering? Asked Oliver. Yes, but be careful. Some people may want to steal it. It's very valuable, warned Thomas. And especially, watch out for Tom Moss. Well, I'll let you sort that out, said Mighty Mac. I promised to help out so Topham Hatt. And he left. He ran into a minion, but he'd never met a minion before, so he didn't know who it was. Hello, he said. Who are you?
I'm, Tom Moss.
Tom Moss? Oh, I'd better warn Oliver, he thought, so he rushed back to the others. Guys! Guys! Tom Moss is over there, cried Mighty Mac. Really? Okay, Well, Oliver, you'd better go the other way, said Thomas. Oliver agreed, so went the other way. Unfortunately, he ran into the actual Tom Moss, but Oliver didn't know who he was either. "Hello there," he said. "I'm delivering this very important crown. Please could you move out of the way?" Oliver didn't realise that the truck was on the points, and it was too late. "Oh, I walked right into that one," thought Oliver. Tom was getting away. Oliver turned around and chased. But only found an empty truck. "Oh, he could be anywhere by now," he said. Oliver went back to tell the others, but no one knew what to do. Luckily, some Paw Patrol pups were nearby. "What's that sound?" asked Tracker. "It's Tom Moss," cried Sky. Tom passed by. "Is he royal?" asked Tracker. "No, he must have stolen that crown," cried Rubble. "We've got to get it back." Sky had an idea and changed into her flying gear and took off. "Phew, that was fast," said Tracker. She found him and chased him. Until she knocked the crown off. Tom didn't care though, he just didn't want to get caught again, so he ran back to his tunnel. So Sky took the crown and gave it back to the others. "Thank you, Sky," said Oliver. "No problem," she replied. So the crown was put back in the truck and Oliver delivered it. But he was a lot more careful this time.
Thomas was really in a mess. How did he get up a tree? And how was he going to get down? Well, it happened one very windy day. "Thomas," said Sir Topham Hatt, "I'd like you to go to Misty Island and fetch some more wood to help build the new track." "Thank you, sir," said Thomas, and off he went. It was indeed a very windy day. The track to Misty Island was long and very windy. One section of the track went through some dense woods, with trees very close to the track. Thomas stopped. "I don't like this wind," he said. "This could be dangerous, but I must get to Misty Island," and off he went. Although he was watching the trees, he sensed that something was wrong. He stopped. Someone had put a log under the track, and he was just about to derail. He then caught a glimpse of Tom Moss the prank engine through the trees. "It was you," said Thomas, who was pleased that he had seen the trap in time. But then there was trouble. There was a big gust of wind and one of the large trees started falling. Before Thomas could move away, the tree landed on the track. The weight of the tree catapulted Thomas on the other end of the track high into the air, and he landed on top of some trees. Tom Moss, who thought his prank had gone wrong, started laughing. Thomas wasn't happy at all though. Then there was another big gust of wind, which blew Thomas out of the tree. He landed the wrong way up. Tom Moss left before he was found. Later on, Victor brought Rocky the crane. He backed up to Thomas and started work. With Thomas on the track, Victor left with Rocky. The track was going to be repaired later, so Thomas couldn't get to Misty Island. He returned back to Tibner Sheds. "I hear you tried flying today, Thomas," said Gordon. "The Flying Scotsman train doesn't actually fly, you know." "You were supposed to fetch some wood, Thomas, not chop it down," said James. "Well, I think Thomas was clever to spot Tom Moss's prank before he fell in it," said Percy. Everyone agreed that it was really just a very unfortunate accident, which really pleased Thomas. Thanks for watching our story. If you like it, go on, give it the thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to us. Then watch some more of our stories by clicking these links. See you soon.